MTG flames Trump and Republicans while still spreading hate? Marjorie Taylor Greene, the firebrand congresswoman known for her unfiltered commentary and controversial positions, has once again ignited debate, this time taking aim at former President Donald Trump and several leading figures in the Republican Party, all while continuing to spread divisive rhetoric that keeps both her supporters and detractors on edge. Known for her confrontational style and willingness to challenge party orthodoxy, Greene's latest statements have set off a storm of reactions across social media, conservative circles, and political commentators, highlighting both the influence and the polarizing nature of her presence in contemporary American politics. Greene's criticism of Trump comes at a particularly sensitive time, as the former president maintains a significant hold over the Republican base, while also facing scrutiny over legal challenges and potential 2026 campaign ambitions. While many within the party tread carefully, recognizing Trump's enduring popularity, Greene has not hesitated to publicly question his leadership decisions, priorities, and overall approach. Her attacks are framed as a call for accountability, yet they also carry her signature incendiary tone, making it difficult for her words to be received as measured critique rather than outright provocation. The tension between challenging Trump and maintaining alignment with core Republican voters is a balancing act that Greene navigates through her combative communication style, which ensures that she remains both visible and controversial in equal measure. While targeting Trump and other Republican figures, Greene simultaneously continues to spread rhetoric that critics describe as inflammatory, divisive, and often conspiratorial. Her messaging frequently emphasizes themes of distrust toward institutions, skepticism of government oversight, and critiques of perceived political enemies, all of which resonate strongly with her most ardent supporters while alienating moderates and opponents. The combination of attacking party leaders while amplifying polarizing messages creates a paradoxical effect. She positions herself as an independent voice within her party, yet she perpetuates the very culture of division that has defined her public persona. This duality fuels headlines, drives social media engagement, and cements her status as a figure who thrives on controversy. The political implications of Greene's remarks are significant. By openly criticizing Trump and other Republicans, she risks alienating key allies within her party, potentially limiting her influence on legislation, committee positions, and future political ambitions. At the same time, her relentless ability to generate attention ensures that she remains a central figure in Republican discourse, particularly among voters who prioritize ideological purity and confrontational politics. The interplay between her criticism of party leadership and her continued spread of incendiary messages raises questions about the long-term viability of her political strategy and whether it strengthens or undermines her influence within Congress. Greene's rhetoric also impacts public perception of the Republican Party. Her attacks on Trump and other figures are framed as principled stances against perceived corruption or mismanagement, yet they also feed into broader narratives of internal party discord. Media coverage often portrays these dynamics as evidence of factionalism, with Greene representing a hardline wing that challenges both traditional conservatism and party hierarchy. This internal tension plays out in news cycles, cable commentary, and social media debates, reinforcing the perception that the GOP is grappling with its identity and ideological cohesion ahead of future elections. Social media serves as both the amplifier and the battleground for Greene's messaging. Her statements, whether targeting Trump, fellow Republicans, or broader political adversaries, are rapidly disseminated, dissected, and debated online. Supporters praise her courage and willingness to speak her mind, viewing her attacks as necessary corrective measures within the party. Critics condemn her language as reckless and divisive, accusing her of fostering political hostility while undermining party unity. The viral nature of her commentary ensures that each statement is dissected, shared, and repurposed across multiple platforms, creating a feedback loop that both magnifies her influence and intensifies public scrutiny. Her approach also raises questions about accountability and consequence. Despite repeated criticism from both political opponents and some party insiders, Greene has faced relatively limited repercussions for her statements, underscoring the complex dynamics of political branding and media attention in contemporary Washington. Her ability to survive controversy, maintain a vocal platform, and continue shaping discourse illustrates the potency of polarizing politics in a fragmented media landscape. At the same time, it highlights the risks associated with a strategy that prioritizes visibility over consensus building, as each provocative statement has the potential to further strain relationships with colleagues and constituents. The broader context of Greene's actions is significant. Her attacks on Trump and the Republican establishment come during a period of heightened political polarization in the United States, where intra-party conflicts are increasingly visible and publicized. By positioning herself as both critic and provocateur, Greene taps into existing tensions among voters who feel alienated by mainstream political figures while also catering to a base that thrives on combative rhetoric. The result is a complex political profile. She is simultaneously a disruptor, an amplifier of dissent, and a lightning rod for controversy, a combination that ensures ongoing attention but limits her ability to cultivate broader consensus or bipartisan support. Greene's messaging continues to influence the national political conversation. Analysts note that her statements often set the agenda for media coverage, prompting discussions not only about her own positions, but also about the strategies, vulnerabilities, and priorities of the Republican Party as a whole. Her attacks on Trump force party leaders to respond, clarify, or reposition themselves, while her broader rhetoric reinforces cultural and ideological divisions that complicate efforts at party unity. This dual role, as both provocateur and internal critic, positions Greene as a key figure in ongoing debates about the direction, identity, and cohesion of the GOP. The impact on voters cannot be overlooked. Greene's criticism of Trump and other Republican leaders may appeal to a subset of the electorate hungry for boldness and ideological consistency, yet it risks alienating more moderate supporters or those who prioritize party stability. Her polarizing style ensures that engagement is high, but loyalty and long-term support remain uncertain. Polling, social media sentiment, and political commentary suggest that while Greene energizes her base, her broader influence within the electorate is a complex mix of admiration, frustration, and concern about the tone of political discourse. Marjorie Taylor Greene's recent actions reflect a high-stakes strategy that leverages controversy for visibility while navigating internal party tensions. By criticizing Trump and other Republicans, she asserts independence and positions herself as a fearless voice within the GOP. Simultaneously, her ongoing spread of divisive rhetoric ensures that she remains a central figure in national conversations about politics, partisanship, and polarization. Young or seasoned voters alike must grapple with the duality of her approach, a figure who challenges authority, provokes debate, and amplifies ideological divides, all while maintaining a prominent platform in an increasingly fragmented political landscape. Greene's ability to straddle these contradictory roles, critic of leadership, champion of controversial ideas, and amplifier of divisive rhetoric, illustrates the power and peril of modern political branding. Her strategy depends on visibility, confrontation, and polarizing statements, and it demonstrates how individual actors can shape party discourse, influence public opinion, and complicate political calculations at multiple levels. Young and seasoned observers alike are left watching as Greene navigates the tension between internal criticism and continued provocation, a dynamic that promises ongoing debate, controversy, and consequential implications for the Republican Party and American politics at large. In the end, Marjorie Taylor Greene's latest actions underscore a central truth of contemporary politics. In a media-saturated, polarized environment, the loudest, most provocative voices often dominate the conversation. By challenging party leadership while continuing to spread incendiary messages, Greene maintains a central role in shaping narratives, driving engagement, and forcing both allies and opponents to respond. Her strategy reflects the delicate, high-stakes balancing act of modern political insurgency, where influence is measured in attention as much as policy, and where the boundaries between critique, controversy, and outright provocation are continuously negotiated in the public eye.